I always think how funny that would be if me and my wife ever got divorced and I got out there as a single man, had a one-night stand, and then had to turn over and go, have you got an extra pillow for between my knees?
Like, backs and bits, love.
Can you imagine thinking I'm going to get lucky and just packing an extra pillow in my backpack?
In the fetal position.
As soon as we hit that 100 in our podcast group, which everyone can join, there's going to be a little bit of a treat added on.
Bit of an incentive.
There's going to be a little bit of an incentive
All right,
for the winner.
so come and join our Le Bomb group. It's called the Knockabout Podcast in Le Bomb. You can chat to us on the chat feature on the app.
Yeah.
And we just stick £2 in a week. So it's
only £2.
It's not a big one.
I thought it was Ruud Gullit. I was absolutely shocked.
It could be.
Yes, see,
Mate, he's handsy
Can
as
we
well.
I was just about to say, who gets a picture of a stranger and puts their possessive hand on your chest
I think
like
you
that?
might be in there, Ted.
I think
you and
this
Ruud.
This is
You and Ruud getting rude.
When I sent the photo to
That's
Lucas,
what
he
he
did
said.
say, "Is that Daddy?" And I can now see exactly why he said that.
Hello and welcome to the Knockabout Podcast. We are a football podcast where I drink Bovril and these two have something else that I'm not interested in. We are brought to you by Le Bomb, the app where you bet against your mates.
We certainly are, and I've just got to say, the scent of Bovril is currently floating around the room, and it's absolutely glorious. But yes, here on the Knockabout, we are going to be talking about all the big topics in football, and as we all know, there have been plenty of those this weekend. We'll be checking in on our Le Bomb League, and also hearing from a guilt-ridden Arsenal fan as well.
If you want to make sure you don't miss a thing with us, make sure you add us on all the socials. And more importantly, we love it when you get in touch as well. If you want to, you can DM us or email at hello@knockaboutpod.com. Also, we are now on WhatsApp. We're brought into the 21st century. Grandad Ted sorted us out on WhatsApp. You just click your contact button on Insta, or you can check this week's episode description wherever you get your podcasts as well. It's been a tumultuous start to this afternoon. I spilt, what would you say, Ted? Was it Bovril or?
It was. Well, it looked a lot like, in terms of we're doing lookalikes, it looked a lot like my granddad right now. This staggering amount of.
I was just shaking this Bovril. So we've got a massive thing from last week when we had Yaya here. We gave her some Bovril. The biggest Bovril tub I've ever seen. I was sort of absent-mindedly just giving it a little shake.
You were shivering it all about.
And it did. Some grey dust flew onto the floor.
It was a staggering amount, and it's so beefy as a sort of stench. We were saying that there's obviously some moisture on the floor because some of it had sort of begun to bovrilise.
Yeah, definitely.
Like
I almost got down there and sort of got it in me, yeah.
We were saying that we think there's some mice down there who are some older mice going, well, get this in you, you've never had this before.
Well, where we record, there's like wooden floors. So there wasn't a dustpan and brush, so I got as much of it up as I could. Yeah. And then I did just sort of shuffle it down the
I quite like the idea
gaps.
that the members of whatever consultancy firm downstairs that Bovril in the ceiling.
Someone cooking beef.
Is it raining Bovril?
Right, how's your week been? You have been away, a bit of an away day, Ted.
I had an away day. I had an away day. I went to Amsterdam with my family.
I was going to say big lads trip.
No. Well, big lads in the sense my dad is a bigger lad than I am.
Sure.
As is my brother, I think now, which is a shame, but whatever. So we went to Amsterdam to visit a friend who's an Ajax season ticket holder.
Nice.
So we went to see Ajax v Excelsior Rotterdam, which is one of the better Harry Potter spells. And Ajax lost, which was very sad. But it was good fun. It was fun going out there. It's very similar to the Belgian thing I was saying a few weeks ago. They've got these ultras, but they're completely non-reactive to the game. It's really bizarre.
They're just going nuts regardless.
Just going nuts and singing songs.
Yeah.
And I'll tell you what, fair play to England, we have done a hell of a job on songs that have made it abroad. You hear a lot of stuff that it's like, oh yeah, that's this one, or that's, and I don't remember when I went last time.
So what, the ultras sort of singing Girls Aloud, that kind of stuff?
Yeah, but all the ones that have made it to football games, they've obviously heard our football songs.
Oh, right, I understand.
And take it and sort of repurpose them with Dutch lyrics and stuff.
What was one that you recognised on the tune?
I heard, there was obviously the sort of I always think Argyle massive everywhere we go.
Okay, yeah.
Which, can I ask your guys' help for this, actually? This is a little my shout. What is that original song? Because
I've no idea.
Because it's... I think the most common one is Tottenham get battered everywhere they go. Tottenham get battered everywhere they go. And I think it's Rotterdam by the Beautiful South. Rotterdam or anywhere this could be. Rotterdam or anywhere. Liverpool or Rome. Rotterdam is anywhere at all.
It has to be that.
But it doesn't, I don't know, my mum was
has to be that.
So hang on, so Ajax fans were singing this In English.
In English, despite it being about Rotterdam, which is the other thing, is that song, if it is Rotterdam, it's the away fan song because they're Excelsior Rotterdam. Yeah. There was quite a lot of big brain football watching going on that I bored my brother with extensively. With the Heineken.
I would like to see some English fans chanting in Dutch.
Yeah, 100%. Give it a go.
You could really, because there's certain things you're not allowed to sing about in a football stadium. You could get away with them if you just sang it in a different language.
Yeah. Yes, unless, someone over there's got that, what's it called, the Babel app, just holding it up in the stadium.
You
AI
can't
fucking
say
us
that.
over again. Yeah.
But it was good fun. My dad and I, though, made a decision that was heavily criticised in the family group chat to leave the Rijksmuseum and its collection of expensive and one-of-a-kind Rembrandts to go back to the hotel and watch Port Vale v Plymouth Argyle on Argyle TV for £10 internationally, which I can only describe as an absolutely perfect decision because for the first time in 6 weeks, I'm sat here. Argyle have won again.
I knew he was in a good mood today. I've had this feeling. There you go.
You know what this means? Superstition-wise, you've got to go abroad every weekend.
Go to Amsterdam every
Come on, Dad, get the credit card out.
Yeah. Flat broke, but Argyle are staying up.
Yeah. Argyle are in the Champions League in 3 years' time.
Don't. No, we can't even do that mathematically. I've just worked out. No. But no, so it was good fun. But yeah, everyone was like, "Come on, you once in a lifetime." There's this very, very famous Rembrandt that everyone. It's a classic tourist. Everyone wants to see that. No one, the real people that live in Amsterdam watch Port Vale v Plymouth Argyle and the TV.
I love the fact that you went into that going. We left our family. We got very heavily criticised on the family WhatsApp group. Or what was it? Red Light District? Something? Maybe some wacky backy in a cafe? No, straight back to the hotel. A tenner on Port Vale, watching it abroad.
Yeah, reasonable fee, by the way.
Yeah,
tenner.
Thank you.
I like that.
And also, in fairness, it's similar to the Red Light District in a way because we were pretty sure Argyle were going to get fucked. So,
and then change their mind and actually,
How have your weeks been?
Well, I was intrigued by the note here, Pete, of you were hoovering hairpins. Tell us about that.
I've got a bit of a history in my house of this, in that a few years ago, I told my wife that I enjoy hoovering up hairpins, right? And
That's a shocker of a sentence.
Well, no, yes, it's exciting shit in our house, mate, let me tell you. Basically, she had no idea I did this. I had no idea there was anything wrong with hoover up hairpins. It's one of my few joys in life. Have you lived with many women, Ted? Do you hoover up hairpins often? Do you hoover?
I don't because we've got a problem with our hoover. It sucks. Now, that means, unfortunately...
Get back to Amsterdam. I'll pay for the flight.
No, I have, and that has been a thing. But
makes a great sound. It makes a great sound. It makes a very satisfying sound. I told my wife a few years ago that I'd been hoovering up hairpins for a few years now. Really enjoyed it. She went mental because she's...
I'm ready to go pro.
She's Premier League hairpin. Basically, she went mental because she... He's always looking for hairpins. She assumed I'd be picking them up, putting them in a place for her. My excuse is if you leave them on the floor, they're getting hoovered up. That's happening, right? Anyway, there's been a little break in the hairpin hoovering scene. I have been trying to pick them up, especially now with 2 daughters as well. It's costing me a fortune. This week, I gave myself a bit of a week off, hoovered up a load of hairpins, basically walked around the house with the horn. It was fucking great. It was absolutely brilliant.
And you're a little rattling all about.
It's brilliant. Yeah. A hairpin or a 5p. Either of those. If I can hoover those bastards up, I'm happy for the rest of the day.
I will say I hoovered my room recently because, it was time.
Sure. And, How often are you hoovering, Ted? Talk me through it. 26 years old, shared house.
If my flatmates are listening, daily.
Cool.
To be honest, it's occasional. The problem is, it's interesting how, things change in people's lives go. A friend of mine just posted a trailer because she's in the new Hunger Games film.
Oh, right.
Wow.
That day, when I saw that trailer, we did our final project at uni together. And literally that day, I'd bought 8 new mouse traps. because the ones under the skirting board had broken. Anyway, it's just interesting.
So your lives have gone in very different directions.
Exactly. I'm here with you guys. What would I want?
Thank you.
Smelling of beef.
I remember there was a period when I first got with my wife, got back together with my wife anyway. We were about 23 years old and I was living in a house share with 2 other comedians. It was horrific. And she said, how often do you change your bed sheets?
Yeah, it's a big one.
And I said, what do you mean change your bed sheets?
Oh, Pete. My gosh.
23 years old. They'd been on for 6 months.
They were crawling.
I think instead of washing, I think I used to buy new bed sheets when they were like done.
Like
you know
t-shirts, like you said when you
yeah.
like.
She still has a problem with my pillows because you
don't change them a lot.
No, I change them, but I'm the classic man of I've got the yellow pillows. You know what I mean? Lucas is looking at me like I'm absolutely horrific.
See, I've got pillow protectors. That are on underneath.
And here's the point. He's got to know because men don't throw away pillows. Straight men don't throw away pillows, right? Let me caveat that, right? Okay. So it's got to the point where now, guess how many pillows I use because I refuse to throw them away.
6.
Oh no!
I use 4 pillows every night. I use 4
hell,
pillows because they've squashed down to such a That's how it works.
I used to. It's the sort of.
I also because I've got a bad back, I have to sleep with a pillow between my knees as well.
I do that too. That's just comfy, isn't it?
Yeah, but I always think how funny that would be if me and my wife ever got divorced and I got out there as a single man, had a one-night stand, and then had to turn over and go, "Have you got an extra pillow for between my knees?"
Like, back's in bits, love.
Can you imagine thinking I'm going to get lucky and just packing an extra pillow in my backpack?
In the fetal position with like a squashed little pillow in between your legs.
How many pillows do you use then?
2. So like I'll have one for the knees.
Yeah.
On the side, and then what to sleep, but I have it like under my arms like this.
You sleep like that?
Yeah, that's how I have to sleep. I'm sure it's not.
I'm sorry for what I'm about to say, Sarah, but that is a very lonely way to sleep.
Yeah, it's
cuddling an Indian.
It's the comfiest way. So like
it's
for
very
me,
there's monsters below the bed type sleeping.
Oh, I sleep
You not
soundly once.
You not wake up with a dead arm.
Yeah, but then you switch over in the night.
Oh,
it's
mate.
like
So you have
I
2
can't
dead arms.
sleep. Yeah, with like in
14 blood
in
clots
cartoons
down
where
your arm.
where you sleep. Like on your back, just like I'd love to sleep like that.
Oh, I can't do that.
There's not a chance. I have to sleep on my side, and I have to have my arm like this. It's just I can't possibly sleep any other way. Because otherwise, where do you put your arms?
Nothing wrong with a dead arm. Have you not heard of The Stranger?
Oh, Lucas, grow up.
Filthy chap.
There's a single man. There's another single man.
Not in keeping with the.
You need to get some, Lucas. Come on, mate. I'm going to find you some action. How many pillows then, Ted? Since we're doing it.
2, but there's a secret third that I sometimes use.
I'm intrigued.
I'm going to hold back my comments.
Like a secret. It's never like a simple answer with Ted, is it?
Really quickly though, the other thing in Amsterdam, and I want your opinion on this.
Go on.
I don't know if I met Ruud Gullit or not.
No.
Stop it.
Now, and so. I got a photo with this man.
No, hang on.
Yes. I got a photo with this man, and I was like, "That's Ruud Gullit." My brother was like, "That is Ruud Gullit." My friend was like, "That's Ruud Gullit."
Wait, I'm looking now.
He looks like a really drunk Ruud Gullit.
Yes, and he was really, but because I don't speak, I don't really know what's going on. I was absolutely plastered.
Did you say the name?
Yes.
Ruud
Well,
Gullit?
My mate Arnout, shout out Arnout, went up to him and in Dutch went, well, we know how it sounds.
Yeah.
You know, are you Ruud
Like
Gullit?
Sean Connery.
Yeah. Yes. Are you Ruud Gullit?
Yeah. Bane. You went for Bane. Fair enough.
Oh God, that's true. I'm sorry about that, guys. And he literally, and I was like, God, I was so drunk that I wasn't really sure what was going on. But I thought it was Ruud Gullit. I was absolutely chuffed.
It could be.
Yes.
He's handsy as well.
I was just about to say, who gets a picture of a stranger and puts their possessive hand on your chest
I think
like
you
that?
might be in there, Ted.
I think
you and
this
Ruud.
Yes, this is
you and Ruud getting rude.
When I sent the photo to
That's
Lucas, he did say, "Is that Daddy?" And I can now see exactly why he said that. But it's quite. He was sort of massaging my chest like Ruud Gullit was famous for. I don't know.
I don't know that we can definitively say.
Yeah, because that's also not a recent photo. So that is, if you look at him with
Hang
his hair
on.
like that.
I think Ruud Gullit speaks English, though, because I think I've seen him be an English pundit.
He does. But this is the point. I was so drunk. I was trying to chat to him. And then this other kid kept coming up to me and kept going, "Ruud, that was rude," like that. And I don't know whether that kid, who appears in later photos, was being ridiculous or, was being like...
I just can't get over that tender hand.
I know.
Nobody's touched me like that in years. I'm jealous.
I know.
That is very...
Lucas looks
call me
really
rude
concerned
boy.
with that. Lucas looks really concerned with the hand placement.
I've just never known anyone to put their hand there for a picture.
And
with a stranger.
Yeah.
I don't
He's
disagree,
titting you up, mate. He's titting
I was
you up
going to
is what
say,
he's
if
doing.
you were female, that would be really problematic.
Yeah.
Well, he's
You
very
need
much
to get
covered
yourself straight to the bar and ask for Angela. That's what you need to do.
Well, I
mate.
actually think he's been quite helpful because when I did karate, I was told that if you punch someone in the solar plexus, that's the worst place to punch. So maybe he's just protecting my solar
been
plexus.
protective.
He's healing
from
you.
any. But yes, obviously the hand placement.
What we
is
saying?
that Ruud Gullit? I don't know.
I think we
Probably
need
not.
people to vote on this somehow.
Please show it to the camera.
Are we on the wide or the?
I tell you
let's
what,
do both.
Lucas, can we stick this on Instagram with a vote underneath?
100%.
Did Ted meet Ruud Gullit?
And by the way, I don't know if this is the guy. I don't know his real name. I literally have no idea who this bloke is.
The more I look at it,
because even if it's not Ruud Gullit, then it's as funny because I've just gone up to a bloke, got a photo with a guy going, "Ruud, you were amazing for Chelsea,"
and he's grabbed your tits.
He's grabbed my chest.
The longer I look at it, the less I think it is. When it first came up, I was like, yes.
Well, so
if you vote on this on Instagram, you need to do it off immediate reaction. You've just got to go.
Yes. Vote immediately.
Yes,
don't say anything else. But yeah, anyway, so there you go. Thank you for weighing in on that. But interestingly, Sarah came round on it by looking at pictures of Ruud Gullit.
Yeah, that's sensational. I'm so glad that you've shared, and that's the first time we've seen that. So
let's come back to that next week with maybe a little, just a conclusion of the vote online and see what people think. Whether
let's put a poll out as well on socials.
Let's put a little poll on
100%.
socials. Yeah. Big time.
So, meantime, guys, speaking of pictures and socials, let's have a look.
So, my meme this week was the classic Simpsons meme of Homer Simpson, the end is near, and somebody has just put Sean Dyche protecting a 2-goal lead by taking a defensive-minded player off for an attacking-minded player. What is going on with the world?
Mate.
Dyche is playing attacking football, 2-0 up at Anfield.
Yeah.
It's the most mad result.
We've talked about viral dreams before. What do we call them?
But like a parallel universe.
No. When you fever dreams. We've talked about fever dreams before. This is like the ultimate fever dream.
Mate, it's Sean Dyche's world, and we're all just living in it.
Absolutely.
Because it was the most bizarre. And even on the Le Bon League, which we'll come to later, I think everyone had put Liverpool win, and me being the shithouse I am, I put 1-1 because I thought it might actually be a 1-1. Dyche might, Liverpool aren't in the best run of form, and I can see him getting something. I wonder if there's anybody on Le Bon who put 3-0 Forest or in the world ever.
There will be some nutty Forest fan that puts 3-0 Forest or there'll be some nutter that puts 4-0 every week and it was so upset.
They
couldn't do it.
And that goal that was ruled out as well.
But did you see? It was because it was immediately after the restart, wasn't it? It was 45-30 or something. They scored and they went 3-0 up. And I was following it. And it's been a big week of people scoring immediately after the restart, by the way. Same in the North London derby yesterday. Same in the Plymouth Argyle game. We scored 30 seconds.
Sure, yeah. So all the big three games of the weekend.
But it adds to my theory that every week there's something that happens quite commonly in football, which is there was that period where every week there were at least 4 late goals.
This is really
90 plus 5 or whatever. Yeah.
Definitely onto something here, Ted.
And so this week the thing in the water was, and if you go it was 45-30 goals, 46-minute goals. And Ajax as well, the second Excelsior Rotterdam was immediately after the restart.
The big debate that I've seen people having this week, not to call it a big debate, but the debate that I've seen people having this week,
that's coming up later.
Were Liverpool shit or were Nottingham Forest good? And when I watched it, it felt like a bit of both.
Yeah.
But there's been quite a lot of people, a lot of Forest fans are just going, no, we were fucking great. Liverpool fans are just coming out going, we played shit. That's all it was.
And the way they set up and everything. But I do think, like you said, you've got to credit Forest. They've got good players in that team, and obviously they've struggled.
Sorry, let's just get that right. You've got to credit Dyche.
You got to credit the Dyche.
We've seen the tactical mastermind that's happened here,
Forgive
Sarah.
me, Lord Sean. But no, I think Liverpool, you look at them, they have been rocky. The way they set up looked off. But I do get annoyed sometimes, though, when your team has either played the blinder and all the mainstream, it's Liverpool or whoever were terrible, and instead of just actually going, do you know what? Dyche
it must be frustrating as a player of that team or as the manager of that team to go, we fucking outplayed them today. There's nothing more to this. We made them look bad. They were shit. Do you know what I mean?
I think this is a really common thing, which is that teams are only as good in a sense as who they're playing against.
Yes.
So if a team, last time I mentioned Port Vale v Argyle, but both teams are crap. And it was a really, genuinely atrocious game of football. I think if you watched that as your first game of football, you'd never watch another game. But that's partly because the way both teams are set up is to try and negate the other team's spaces and stuff.
Absolutely.
So you take it with the Arsenal-Tottenham game. I would say Tottenham were bad, yes, but that was because they were set up in a way that Arsenal just exploited.
Yeah.
So if Arsenal had set up slightly differently, let's say less attacking. I thought Arteta actually absolute masterclass for that.
You hate to admit it.
I hate to hand it to him, but but as a result, I think it's that 50-50. Well, obviously, you can only be as good if Deitch worked out how Liverpool played. Yeah. He's sussed them out. It was awesome.
Yeah.
Stupid team.
So my meme this week I saw, and it says Haaland normally, and it is quite an exquisite picture of Erling Haaland with a chainsaw, looking very Terminator, great power stance going on, and then it says Haaland against Newcastle, and it's simply a picture of Isak, which I thought was quite funny, given that obviously Newcastle beat Manchester City after they had a really good opportunity to close the gap on Arsenal. And Isak as well, if we're sticking with the Liverpool thing, it's just not working for him at the moment. Haaland always struggles against Newcastle. I don't know why. But
it's a weird season this season.
Very bizarre.
As far as, well, I mean, we'll come to it later on with the bomb, but as far as picking results even,
crazy.
You kind of go Newcastle were really struggling this season.
Yeah.
You look at them in the league and stuff, and then you go, oh, they've just beaten
Man
City. Oh, great stuff, yeah. And Pep losing his fucking head at
mate,
the end.
when
And running up to the cameraman,
Mental.
Even when they scored, Harvey Barnes scored the first goal. They zoomed to him and he was banging on the he'd lost it badly. Then they equalised straight away after, so he's probably going balmy for other reasons, and then straight away again.
With Pep, I'll say.
No, I was just going to say, just on that meme, I hate to say it because he's a City player, and generally I don't like him. Haaland actually looks quite good fun.
He's
online and stuff.
So fun.
He's obviously got quite a good sense of humour, and do you know what I mean?
To go back to our first episode, who'd you like to go on holiday with?
Yeah.
Slowly, I've actually kind of thought Haaland.
Yeah.
I think going aboard with Haaland would be an absolute laugh.
And if you got
also because he's worth about 60 million, so it'd be quite nice, really.
Oh, man, if he's on to split the bill.
Yeah, you'd just be what a wanker. But I think with him as well, if you got into any sticky situations, a bit of trouble, no one's going to mess with you because he is literally a Viking living in modern day. He's incredible. But for some reason, his stats against Newcastle aren't great. I think he's got one assist or 2 assists and 1 goal in 6 games, which to an average striker is probably not that bad. But against everyone else, it's 9 goals in 6 games, 12. He's mad, isn't it?
Yeah, if someone like Bowen had that, you'd be like, oh, he's doing all right.
But
it is funny where certain players have it must get in their heads. I don't know.
There are teams that there's always the Henry thing of everyone always he was brilliant against Spurs. He always likes to sit down, but actually he only ever scored 1 goal against them.
Yeah.
And you go, well, that's an interesting one where he's done a great PR job. I will get Millsy
look in the break.
But it's things like that. You do just have these bogey teams. I mean, we'll come back to Isak in the big debate because I think he's relevant to what we're going to be discussing.
100%.
Definitely.
But I do think that it's just one of those things. You have these bogey teams.
Yeah. Everyone's got them. Players have got them to play against, or you've got teams that you don't want to see come up against. But I want to see your meme as well.
Yeah, let's do your meme then.
So this is mine. This is Leyton Orient v Blackpool at Orient. Blackpool trying to take a quick throw.
Already, I'm in for this.
Or a long throw.
Oh, mate.
So a fan is holding the player's T-shirt as he's trying to take the throw.
And again. So it's fantastic for a couple of reasons. The first one, of course, is that there's absolutely no way to yellow card a fan.
Yeah.
You can't do that.
It's also not violent enough to really kick them out the stadium.
It's just a bit of shithousery.
Just a bit of fun.
Do it twice, it just makes it silly.
Yeah.
Also, it's the funny thing about football now is the desperation of long throws as such a part. Interestingly, Amsterdam, by the way, it's not made it over there. It's not made it to Holland. They're really quick at getting it back in play. It's really nice. But, so it's a fun way
to... Total football, mate. Total football.
Exactly, mate. So he wanted me to ask, it's a great video. I highly recommend if you're listening to look it up. But it made me think, what is the funniest thing you've seen a fan do?
So this was I've actually got one of these, Ted. This is my funniest thing. When I used to go to Old Trafford regularly, there was a bloke that sat in front of me that used to do this every time it was sunny. He was, instead of bringing a cap, he would just stick the matchday programme to his forehead. And he'd actually lick the programme and then whack it to his forehead so it stuck there.
So he's not even holding it. It's a literal
It was a proper and it was a bald head, so it properly stuck there.
That's so funny. Surely financially, buying a cap is smarter.
Yeah, but it depends if you're going to buy a programme anyway.
That's true. If you always buy a program, it's still a bit of use. Yeah, maybe you got something.
So that would be the best thing I've ever seen. And I used to see this
good.
all the time. I used to look for him on sunny days.
I like the idea of when it's hot though, and he's sweating, or he's also licked the program.
Yeah.
That he'd just have the cover star, like the sort of watermark of like whoever on
Just
Bruno
starts
Fernandes
sliding down over his eyes.
stained on his head.
What about you?
So there was a game. Actually, I've gone Everton because this was a game. I think it went quite viral though. We beat Chelsea 1-0 and it was a crucial game. Richarlison scored a few seasons ago in one of the seasons where we avoided relegation by the skin of our teeth. So it was a huge result. And to run down the clock, there's this Everton fan and he looks quite...
Yeah.
You'll see what I mean when you see the video. But the ball goes out of play and he's got it. And he puts it under his shirt and he looks a bit, mate. And it's absolutely brilliant. We'll find the clip
he
of that. He
properly has a look like, what are you on about, mate?
Yeah.
No, I'm not doing anything.
That's so funny. I must have seen that at the time.
Right, we'll stick this up when we do this at the time.
Brilliant.
Yeah, really good. Right, some really good memes there. If you have got a match day meme that you'd like to show us, get in touch all the usual ways. hello@knockaboutpod.com. One of the best ways.
Right, it is time for the big debate, and as we alluded to before, and obviously a massive talking point this week, it's got to be...
Only one place to go.
Only one place to go, and that's Arne Slot. Is he in danger of losing his job one season after winning the league?
I guess the question we want to ask is, how many more games could he lose before he loses his job?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like... I think he's probably got 2 or 3 games. If he loses the next 2 games in a row, I've already seen Liverpool fans online start to come for him a little bit.
Their heads are gone.
That's what? 9. That'll be, if it's 2 games, that'll be 8 losses in 9.
Yeah.
That's pretty staggering. I mean, look, the big debate varies, I think, as a sort of topic between the niche fascinations to the, joyous bits of fan base to what is essentially now a Monday Night Football segment. But, which I would say...
Me and you, Neville and Carragher.
Yeah, have you something in here? I would say it's just a fascinating case of, one, I mean, this is what happened when Liverpool won the league in 2020 as well. The next season, they capitulated. And there were a lot of reasons for that. Obviously, there was Pickford's definite sending off that should have happened against Van Dijk, a few others. But it's the same again. So I wonder maybe if there's a level of mentality in Liverpool Football Club that just can't do it back to back.
They just get so excited when they win the league.
They've won it.
They just shit it the next year.
I think the fact that they've spent so much money over the summer, though, as well, just makes this all the more of a talking point because, you've got Isak in there. They've spent huge money on like Wirtz and these players that just, it hasn't worked out for them.
And you talk about Isak. I sometimes think you find this when a player's transfer is a bit messy.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? And then when they get there, you don't just slot in. It's obviously affected them mentally a little bit. Yeah. You don't slot in. It's sort of, you can see how it would affect someone mentally. It can't be, all right, it's a massive money transfer. You go into a big football club, all the rest of that shit. But
he shamed himself as well.
It can't be a great thing going there.
It's his fault that happened. I mean, or his agent's fault. I never discount the role agents play in these things when you're coming for the player because they are basically being told by some money grubbing, wanker, hey, I want to make, because that 150 million or whatever, that 10% of that will go to his agent, whatever. But yeah, so let's go through the signings first. So before we come to Arne Slot itself, I think a good way to do this is go through the signings. So, Isak, been bad.
Very bad.
Very, very bad. And actually disgracefully bad. And should be in jail for how bad he's been. Wirtz has been also pretty poor.
No, you go for it, Sarah. You say it.
Shite.
Yeah.
But he's not been as dreadful in the sense that I saw some guy talking about how he does create things. He just isn't currently in the G/A.
You can also hide away a little bit if you're Wirtz as opposed to Isak. People are just looking every week, has he scored? And that's all people are asked about.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
So, Wirtz has been poor. So then you go, Ekitike, he's been good.
But he's been on the bench for Isak.
Because you can't drop someone you've paid 100. I mean, he basically Slot said this at a conference. He was like, you can't not play someone you spent 120.
Do you know what this is? And I've done this so many times. This is a classic example of buyer's remorse.
Yeah.
I have bought a pair of trainers before that actually I thought I loved online. Turns out I don't like them, and I have to wear them because otherwise I feel like a dick. My wife will have a go at me. Do you know what I mean? And
why do you spend all that money?
Yeah, what do you mean you spent £120 on a pair of trainers that you don't like?
Yeah,
I'm playing Isaac all the time. What are you on about? He's always up front.
No, we love him. He's great. Yeah, absolutely fantastic. I've had expensive pairs of trainers before that I've worn for a good 6 to 8 months because I bought them for a lot of money rather than the fact that I like them. Yeah, this is buyer's remorse.
And I think even the fact you look at Newcastle and what they've done with the money and it's worked out really well, it just makes it even.
With Voltamende coming in.
Yeah, and he's flying, isn't he? And I think, you look at them, Kirkez as well. There's so many. But then he's not helping himself slot as well. Like, you've got Szoboszlai as well, who he's probably the best midfielder, and he's playing in the back line. It's just very. It's
right, so
how would you break down Slot's tactics then in your head? I mean, we're not to get into the stats and stuff, but what do you think Liverpool play like? Because to me, last season they basically played Klopp minus 2% aggression. They played basically the exact same as Klopp, but a bit tighter at the back and less exciting going forward sometimes. This year, I could not tell you what they want to do on the football pitch.
And that's it. It just feels very... And the fans you can see now as well, like the Liverpool fans are starting to question those sort of decisions, like we mentioned about Ekitike, who's been flying and looks really good. He's not starting because of buyer's remorse with Isak. Then you've got someone who's really great in the midfield playing it, and you've got players that he insists on playing. It's really funny for me, though, to see them lose their heads because it's usually it's been... And actually, we're kind of
Oh, it must be beautiful living in Liverpool and on the other side of the city, them absolutely going
It's
mad.
like, even if we, at the point of recording, we've got Manchester United tonight, and even if we get battered by United, they'll be miserable either way.
It's not a big deal,
and
is
it's
it?
Well, we didn't, No,
right, so let's get down to it. How many games then? How many games has Slot got?
Okay, I think Slot has till Christmas.
Till Christmas?
I think
give him that long.
Liverpool are still in the Champions League. We don't know how they'll do in that. Right, and they beat Real Madrid. Bear in mind, they beat Real Madrid 1-0 a couple of weeks ago. So they're still very strong position in the Champions League. I would say if you get to December, and let's say he's not won a game between now and Christmas, he's gone.
I'm just going to look at their
fixtures.
fixtures.
It's the Wayne Rooney argument, which is you should, in my view, you should actually sack before Christmas.
Yeah.
Or you give them January to reinforce.
Yeah. So you think they'll give him till Christmas? I think it's a lot less than that.
Really?
I think
he's won the league.
I know, but the fans are starting to turn.
But fans have turned on Daniel Farke and they're playing. These fans are stupid.
They've got such a high thing though on the back of
exactly.
Jurgen Klopp and winning the league.
If you start looking already and going, you know what teams like this are like and owners like this are like. If they don't get in Europe, suddenly that spreadsheet of their finances just does not add up anymore.
It's true.
That is built. The whole wage structure.
They've still got the Coutinho money, don't
they? Of course. They invested that so well, didn't they? I think they bought Bitcoin with it. The whole structure of a football club like that completely relies on them being in Europe every single year.
Yeah, and they're in danger.
Preferably at Champions League, but at least Europa League or something where there's extra funds coming in.
It would be a catastrophe in their opinion. If you'd have said at the start of the season they weren't even going to get Champions League, that would be seen as bad. Whereas now, I think even Europa Conference League, because there's teams that are up there, like Sunderland, they're doing, I know they got beat at the weekend, but they're doing unbelievably well. There's a lot of teams that are up there that weren't accounted for. Their next fixtures, though, so they've got PSV in the Champions League. Then they've got West Ham away. That's potentially
a tricky one.
And they're starting now, West Ham, to pick up some...
Nuno's getting some traction, isn't he?
It's looking... The relegation battle is looking very fun this season, I will say that.
Then they've got Sunderland at Anfield. They'll smell blood. That's an 8:15 kickoff. We love that. Then Leeds away. Yeah, 8:15.
Woke nonsense.
So I think...
Games should be at 12:30, 3 p.m. and 5:30, and that's it. And then a game on Monday at 7. And that is.
Do you know what used to piss me off? When a game would start at midday.
Yes, what are you on about?
And the pub would literally let us in at midday, and you'd miss the first 10 seconds of the game or whatever.
You're absolutely right. Plymouth Argyle played Chelsea in the FA Cup. It was a 12, literally exactly 12 kickoff.
Stupid.
The pub had to get special orders to open at 11 for that day. Yeah. You don't have any fun in it, drinking before, and you turn up. What crowd violence is there going to be between Chelsea and Plymouth Argyle in the? I get that the Sheffield derby was at 12 this weekend. The Steel City derby. Sure. It's too early.
Yeah,
it's mad.
12:30.
Right, let's do this. So you say he's got till Christmas. I think he's got 3 games. 3 league games. 3 league games. Yeah, I'm going to give him.
Would you give him league games? Sorry, but they win every Champions League game.
It's a tricky one, isn't it?
So let's say they beat PSV.
No, I think if they lose 3 games in the league, he's gone.
Yeah, and those are tough games. I'm going to say till around Christmas actually as well, because then you've got the January window where maybe
someone could come in and
like put their stamp on stuff.
But that's what I mean. I think that person needs to be in place, and then
we appointed Muslic too late, and it meant that it took a while to get the players in.
Everything comes down to Plymouth
check
Argyle.
into it after they play West Ham. I think the next league game. I know they've got PSV, and you'd expect them to win that. They do better.
No, PSV top of the Eredivisie, playing incredibly well.
They just seem to get it out. Like, they've been shite in the league, but beat Real Madrid at home. So I just think I fancy them to beat PSV, but then it's the West Ham away for me.
Right, Let us know in the comments, because this will be a really interesting one, actually.
Yeah.
What do you reckon? Get in quick, because obviously we don't have long to find out. How long has Slot got in the Liverpool job if he keeps on losing? That's the question. If he keeps on, so you think if he keeps on losing, they'll still give him till Christmas?
So it's an interesting. So you're right, because I guess what your question is, and I always put my hands up when I'm wrong. I slightly apologise, because I know what you mean now, more so than, because I would say if this, in my head, form rather than results is what I was thinking of, and I say if this form continues till Christmas.
Okay.
Yes, if they lose 3 back-to-back, I would be staggered if he kept his job.
Yeah.
Especially because those 3 are wins, really, for a Champions League team.
Right, let us know what you think. Time for half-time now. We're going to refill my Bovril. We'll be back very shortly. Right, welcome back to the second half of the Knockabout podcast.
It is time for your shout, where we hand over the mic to one of you, and you'd be getting in touch and sending in your dilemmas. Thank you for that. And this week comes from Tony.
Hello guys, over the weekend I put a bet on Tottenham to win the North London derby. I am an Arsenal fan, but I just felt that it was inevitable. Their away form is so good. Liverpool had lost to Forest, City had lost to Newcastle, and I just thought it seemed too perfect. We'd slip up the opportunity to extend our lead. Obviously, I'm delighted we won, but I told my mate I'd done this, and we got into a chat about it because he said he would never bet against us. So I got 2 questions for you. Should I feel guilty about betting against my team? Is that being a bad fan? It's surely just a bit of softening the blow if we had done what is pretty vintage Arsenal. Also, is it wrong that I'm a little gutted I lost 20 quid?
Good one. Good one, this.
That is good.
Thanks for that, Tony.
And really nice, Tony, for all that, apart from one bit where it did sound like you were at gunpoint. Very interesting.
It's his mate. He's pissed off at him for betting
blink
against
twice
Arsenal.
if you're...
So, really what he's asking is it okay to bet against your team?
Yeah, what are we saying? I would say I don't actually, and this is a rogue one, have an opinion.
Oh, mate. This has got to be a world record.
I don't
Ted
really
is coming opinionless.
give a shit.
Can we get that "the end is near" meme up again, please? I feel like
100%.
something's wrong with the world.
I think that I'm going to guess what your opinions are.
Go on then.
Yes, no. I think it's going to be exactly that. You're going to say that you should never bet against your team, and you're going to say it's absolutely fine.
Spot on, mate. I have bet against my team so many times.
Yeah.
You can tell Sarah doesn't, because she will never put Liverpool to win.
Yeah, if you don't put Liverpool to win, ain't no way you're putting 5 on Everton to lose against Palace.
Listen, I feel actually, although I don't personally do it, I'm not going to get angry about people that do, because I'm listening to that and thinking everything he said, you know, the softening of the blow, like quite often, even if I've got a little bit of a spark of hope that we might do something, I'll go, we're going to get battered. No, because you sort of brace yourself. And I understand the reasons as to why he's done it.
What it is for me, it's just a bit of insurance. You know what I mean? It's happiness insurance. That's all it is.
That's nice.
It keeps me level. Oh, fuck, we've lost against our rivals. I've won 50 quid.
Exactly.
That's all right, isn't it?
And I understand people doing that. Yeah. So although I don't personally do it, because to me, I just feel like a little bit, I feel like I'm cheating on them. But I'm not going to, degrade those that do.
I've got mates
that
would never do it because, like he was saying, they're too conflicted during the game. There's that thing going on of your opposition scores and you're like...
I would never be conflicted in the game. I think this is what it comes down to for me, because I like my team more than I like £5. So I never really bet big sums of money. I don't have that going.
Which is why Le Bon is great.
Yeah, exactly. Perfect for those small little bets. But I would never do it. I will say though, on that though, just one to go correct. The best bet I ever did, I was so excited about this. I just had a feeling. When you just have a feeling the result's going to be something, and I'm often wrong. Obviously, like as much as we joke,
Missed it, Milligan.
I'm often wrong. We had Sunderland at home. and we hadn't won a game under Rooney. And I was going down with my brother and my dad. I just thought, it's going to be 3-2 today. I just felt, and I'll tell you what, I'd won a game on FIFA yesterday, the day before 3-2. And I went,
that's amazing.
It's feeling it. So I put money on us to win 3-2. And when we were 2-1 up, I was loving it. Like, it was brilliant. But then they came back to 2-2, and I was like, oh, that's so annoying. And then I sort of realised in my head,
it's on.
Yeah.
This is potentially perfect. And with 90+4, Joe Edwards, one of the best moments I've ever had. And I realised I've also won. Because here's the thing. It's the perfect feeling. I've also won 100 quid.
Yeah.
And we've beaten Sunderland top of the
All
league.
right, I see what you mean. So instead of happiness insurance in case, what you should actually do is back your team, because then it's double happiness.
It's double happiness
when it comes in.
But you've got to be prepared for the double misery as well. So it
Here's the
is
issue, Sarah.
a double-edged sword,
Well,
isn't
that's
it?
why I would never personally bet. And I'm actually quite happy that Plymouth aren't in the Premier League when we do Le Bon, because I would never want to bet with Plymouth on on anything, because I'm like, well, it now affects how I watch the game. I don't know why I did this 3-2 bet. It's the only time I've ever done it, apart from us to beat Portsmouth.
Is there ever going to be Plymouth? Did Le Bon do FA Cup?
They might.
Could that potentially get to a point where Plymouth are in there?
No, because we're out the FA Cup. But
Okay, no, but I mean, I'm looking at the longevity of this podcast.
You're right. No, you're right. I mean, maybe next season, maybe they'll bring in the FA Cup. I reckon they'll do it for the third. It's too many games is the problem. You'd have to select.
Yeah.
But you're right, because I don't think I'll ever have
one of the
them,
ones they
but
chose for sure.
It means that I'll have what you have with Liverpool every week, but I'll also be like, God. I think it's okay to bet against your team if you're actually, in a weird way, nervous and superstitious. Because I think it's as you say, happiness insurance. I think it's also a bit of being like, well, look, okay, it's just a game, And weirdly, putting some money on it in a small amount, gamble responsibly. You're like, oh, it's just a game.
I also know mates that would think they were more likely to win if they bet against them.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? If I
100%.
bet against my team, we are more likely to win. Let's go for it.
And if you'll notice on the Le Bon, if there's games like tonight's, for example, where I think United, but I just put a 1-1.
Is that what you go for? That's as soft as you can go, Sarah.
100%. I'll put a little 1-1 in. I'm like, go ahead.
So if you put 1-1, that basically means you think you're going to lose. For us to know for the future.
Yes,
that's
okay.
Potentially, that's what my brain really means, but my heart will stick with a 1-1. But
here's
who knows?
one though. Can you ever bet on your rivals to win a game? Because here's the other thing about this. What's so specific, actually, which we've ignored, is that it's the derby. So more than anything else, you're also betting on your derby rival to win.
So this is if I go down my happiness route.
Yeah. How are we calculating this?
It's sort of a happiness squared, really. Happiness misery squared. Yeah.
Because I think this is the thing where it's like you can't. I would never put a bet on Exeter to win a game.
Sure.
Even though I don't really hate Exeter, but I just wouldn't. It feels wrong. But I know that if we're playing each other, and even if I think Exeter's going to beat, I just couldn't put money on specifically that result.
Like morally
you know what I mean?
wrong.
I'll say in our our chat on Saturday in the Plymouth Argyle group chat when I put our results in, if I think we're going to lose, I'll do that because there's no.
But actually putting money on it. See, I'm perfectly happy doing it. I'm all right. It's sort of head over heart kind of stuff for me.
Yeah.
If I genuinely think we're going to lose, I'll bet against us to lose, but I will be backing my team to win. And I will be happy when they win.
Yeah.
The bit that I would come to, Sarah, is that second question. Go on.
Yeah, the second question in there as well, because he'd said, he was upset about losing the money. I would say be just happy that you battered Spurs for firstly. That's a massive, massive result.
Would you have paid 20 quid to batter Spurs?
That's
how you should look at it.
100%. And you all day you would, because there's so many reasons. As he said, I like listening to when he said, I get like this as a fan, and you guys might as well, when it's like Liverpool slipped up, City slipped up, and Arsenal, notoriously, everyone sort of has a go at them for bottling it. You just feel like it would be too perfect for us to win the North London derby and make that gap so massive, but that's exactly what happened. So I would say, Tony, just enjoy it, man. A hat-trick from Eze as well. That game, we've said about derbies, just to go off on a tangent, and you said North London derby, and that felt like a classic one, because even though Spurs only had the consolation, that Richarlison goal in itself was incredible, wasn't it?
It actually comes back to what we were saying, which is, I think it's the one with the derby with the most great goals.
Yeah,
we said this, didn't we? We said lots of goals. We said probably good goals as well.
Yeah.
It's exactly what happened.
And actually, two of the Eze goals were particularly excellent.
Yeah.
So I think it's reaffirmed our, knockabout certified,
Sealed.
TKA stamp,
Certified.
This
certified
logo.
best derby game. And also because even though Spurs were bad, it was still quite funny.
Yeah.
You were getting quite a lot of giggles out of the way the game was sort of going on.
I tell you what,
guess.
they'll be pleased that we've given them that stamp of authority.
No, they'll thank us.
I'm sure we'll get a message back.
It's a trophy.
So
isn't it?
I thought he meant 20 quid, by the way. I thought the bet total was going to be 20 quid rather than he spent.
I think he
No,
stuck 20 quid on, didn't he?
quid
But
on
that's
it,
because I'm a £1, £2 better. So
Yeah,
you
makes
know.
sense. Good job. We are on the bomb, as you said. But I think, do you know what, Tony? Enjoy the victory. Say goodbye to that 20 quid. Pete put it really well in. You'd have paid 20 quid to back
Of course you would, yeah.
Do you know what I mean? So
Yeah, good on you though, Tony. Thanks for getting in touch.
Yeah, thanks for getting in touch. If you have any dilemmas like that you want to get in touch with, please keep sending them in. You can send them to us via WhatsApp voice note now, as is quite exciting, I guess, if you like stuff like that. And you can also send them to hello@knockaboutpod.com. Keep sending. They're really fun, and we love getting them.
Right, I've got a little request today, if you don't mind, because we've got 2 leagues now on Le Bon. We've got our personal league, Pete's Soggy, whatever it was, Biscuit. And then we've got the bigger league, the Knockabout Podcast League, which any of you lot can join.
Yeah.
I'd like to focus on that league today, if that's all right with you
I wonder
guys.
why.
Just because I think it's better for people listening to know that we're talking about that sort of... Do you know what I mean, Lucas? I think that's a good...
No, I think we should focus on the other one.
I don't know. Why do you think we should focus on the other one, mate?
Because I'm winning.
So Lucas put his predictions in, put 2 different sets of predictions. Was there any sort of tactical thing behind this, mate?
No.
You just forgot.
So I actually used my good friend Chatty G to the PT.
No!
Come on.
Yeah.
Sorry, I didn't mean to be so loud.
3 trees have burnt down
I am
for you to do this.
Genuinely furious
Good
about
job he
that.
won, innit?
That is okay. That is extraordinary. You have to give your winnings, measly though they are, to a small independent copywriter charity that helps with
So let's have a look. Pete's Soggy Pie, which is our personal group. You'd win 27 quid if you win this one. Obviously, still a game to go tonight.
But I have definitely won.
Lucas is sitting top of that one, and he's going to win because of the way predictions go this evening. 96 points he's got on that one. I've got 84.
Oh, 96.
However, you were on 116 at one point when I checked.
I know.
Pete, you can still win.
No, because me and him have got the same
prediction.
Oh, the exact same score?
Yes.
Oh,
3-0.
that is gutting. You can't see what I was reading.
However, the Knockabout League, which is the important one, the one that we're trying to get everyone to get involved in. Loads of people played this week as well. Me and Peanut are right up there this week. Good on you, Peanut. I'm coming for you tonight.
I want to know who this is. I've messaged on the group. I've asked. I
The
don't know
hot
who
dog.
this peanut is.
Yeah, by the way,
Versus
if
the
you're a
Peanut.
part of our Knockabout group, you can also message us on the Le Bon app. We didn't realise this. We should have been using this far more, but we can all chat to everyone that is on that group.
Yeah, there's a chat. So, which I'll say currently has a few messages in it, but you can chat along during it like we do in our personal WhatsApp for us. You'd also do it on this.
On the bomb app.
Spurg has said that he's gone from first to last in minutes, which is common.
That is classic Le
I
Bon.
mean, this is because so many people weirdly put 2-0 Chelsea Brentford. There was quite an exciting moment where everyone was basically
I was
at the top.
fuming because I just, you've mentioned getting like a little feeling. I just put 4-1, which seems a little bit rogue, but I was like, yeah, I'm going to go 4-1 Chelsea. But it was 1-0, so I was thinking loads have put 2-0, so that's fine. We all get the win. And then Chelsea scored late on and I was fuming because I've had the stinker of a week, as you can see, because it's 6 points in it for correct result.
Yeah.
And then you get an extra 20 for
what's
the
happened
correct
with your
score
week,
as well.
Sarah?
I've had a terrible one, but I'm looking at it here and
It's not like you, Sarah.
do you know what? In recent weeks, it's actually not been. I turned it around a bit, but this is the beauty of Le Bon. So if you get the correct score, you get 6 points. If you get the correct result, you get 6 points. If you get the correct score, you get an additional 20. So that just makes all the difference. And I'm looking here. Bournemouth 2, West Ham 2, I'd put 2-1, so 1 goal difference and you get loads. Same
We've
the other
all
way.
had weeks like this,
exactly
haven't we?
that.
Yeah.
And so it sometimes goes for you. And this week, there was 1 or 2 goals that absolutely just, to make a point of it, I got 3 correct results, which is awful, no correct scores. So I'm on a measly 18, whereas you've got Peanut, 84, Pete 84, Lucas 76 in this group, Harry 64.
So me and
64.
Peanut, just to take it through as well, we're both on 84 with 1 game. The Monday night fixture, United versus Everton tonight.
Yes.
We've just been in the pub with loads of United fans before the recording. We're both on 84. So I've gone 2-0 United tonight. if that comes in, obviously I win that group.
What's Peanut gone for?
Peanut has gone for 3-2 United.
So here's the thing. So if it is 1-0, you obviously split the winnings.
Yes.
That's how Le Bon works.
Both
2
got
people
the
at the
same
top,
result, yeah.
split it each. It's quite exciting. I mean, what is really... I mean, we say it's a lot about Le Bon, but one of the things that's really fun about it is that Bournemouth 2, West Ham 2 got me infuriated because I put 2-1 to Bournemouth.
A game that you would normally
and
not
I
give a
wouldn't
shit
have
about.
thing, but also,
Yeah.
I think it was West Ham were 2-1 up and Bournemouth came back to equalise. So it was an annoying thing where I looked at the result because I actually wasn't able to follow it at the time because we were, going out around meeting a very lovely Irish bloke in an Amsterdam pub. But 2-1. So
touched up by Ruud Gullit.
yes, Pete, you make an interesting point here, which is because of the correct scoreline thing. You do also, when you're chasing it, there was a bit where I was like, I actually don't mind not getting this right. I just don't want you guys to get the correct score.
That's what I mean about
because then I'm
2-0.
so out of it.
We've all been there.
Then I'm so out of it. So yeah, it's good fun. We can't do a proper leaderboard update because it doesn't update until the next week. But this will likely have put me down in the main group to about 4th. And in our group, I think it'll change it. But annoyingly, not annoyingly, but Le Bon doesn't update until then.
Just a quick look at the universe ahead of tonight. So top score in the universe currently is 162 points.
Wow.
A bloke called Steve Taverner is set to win that. I mean, behind him, there's a few people on 142. So unless one of those gets the right scoreline, he's won that nearly 4.5 grand. And but I mean, like I was saying though, Lucas, you weren't far off at one point. 116 points is where you were when I checked at a certain point.
Yeah.
There was a lot of people ahead of you, but you weren't far off.
Yeah.
Do you know what it's? You know who it's between though. This is what's fun now. I can see you could see everyone else's predictions in the universe.
Yeah.
See what they've done. So Steve Taverner has put 2-1 to Man United. 2 of the runners up, both on 142, have put 1-1. So if it's a draw. That doesn't matter. But if it's
got to
be
correct
it's got to
lines.
be 1-1 for either Robert Blake or Mason Moriarty Shim. Brilliant double barrel surname. To come back in and take it. So
and I'd also get 26 points if that comes in.
And poor Mason Moriarty Shim, 4-0 Arsenal Tottenham. So 1 goal out. Otherwise, he would currently be.
Moriarty Shim can't need the money though.
He's too busy stating it off
buying
Sherlock.
football clubs.
Yeah, he's a Sherlock villain, that bloke. He's got enough going on.
The big bet as well. I'm looking currently at the fixtures, by the way, for next week.
And speaking of next week, so we've had a few chats internally. Now, Le Bon is currently limited to 100 people in a group, right?
Yeah.
Now, that might change soon. But as soon as we hit that 100 in our podcast group, which everyone can join, there's going to be a little bit of a treat added on.
Bit of an incentive.
There's going to be a little bit of an incentive
All
for the winner.
right, so come and join our Le Bon group. It's called the Knockabout Podcast in Le Bon. You can chat to us on the chat feature on the app.
Yeah.
And we just stick £2 in a week. So
It's only £2.
It's not a big one. We just set it to £2 each week. Really
There's
nice little one.
100 people in there.
Yeah, I know. It'd be great.
Yeah.
Think
So
about it.
me and Peanut on it so far.
So that will be £180. So the second we hit 100, the winner will get £180.
Let's see. But I mean,
But that won't be it.
Oh, well.
Make sure you join.
Get
We're not
involved.
playing it, by the way. We don't know what this is.
No, we don't. We don't.
swear to
Lucas
God.
hasn't told us. So
We'll-
great
we'll
stuff.
bully him after we
Lucas
finish
had some
recording.
chats with the big guns at Le Bon recently.
Yeah.
Managed to swangle some extras.
That's very exciting.
Right, big bet. Let's have a little look for big bet next week.
So 2 have caught my eye here. One, obviously Chelsea versus Arsenal, because it's again one of the many London derbies.
Yeah.
But I actually think in terms of the big debate we had, West Ham Liverpool, man.
Yes.
I think that's got to be the one. Do you?
I think so.
And also, we just did an Arsenal one, but that Chelsea Arsenal is
Still a tasty one, isn't it?
Well, also for the title race.
Yeah.
Let's say, is it away at Chelsea?
It was. Let me just double check. I think it was.
That
yeah.
is huge.
Obviously they
If
were-
Arsenal could beat Chelsea away, they've won the league hands down.
Yeah, they'll have ran away with
I
it a
still
bit then.
I still think, with regards to the slot situation,
Yeah.
Nuno's really getting going now. He sort of looks
And
like
it's at the Olympic,
he's
yeah?
Yes.
Yeah, it looks like his team are playing the way they want to play. I think we go with West Ham Liverpool.
Yeah, I agree.
And I am going to go for 2-1 West Ham.
Ooh, Oh,
the first in the domino of Slot losing his big bald head job.
The slot machine breaking.
Yeah.
I thought you'd have a bald sort of union. You'd have a sort of,
No.
Not for Liverpool.
No.
And it is at Stamford Bridge, the Chelsea one.
Then
Not
that's
relevant.
also a huge game. But what do you
Ham.
think? West Ham v... It's tough, isn't it? Because
So I've gone 2-1 West Ham.
Yeah, I think it might be a 1-1 draw.
Which means she thinks Liverpool will win. But
Yeah.
I actually was going to say that. I actually do think it genuinely be 1-1 that week.
Oh, it's so tough. I think... Here's a fun question in a way. What do we want narratively to happen?
I want Slot to lose his job.
I
want Slot to lose his job.
Wow. Okay. Oh, they can't be so bad again, can they?
They're going to score first, and then West Ham are going to score
Your
twice.
nemesis, Jared Bowen.
Oh, Bowen. Do you know what? Just because Bowen's fucked me before, there's been the 1 week he actually... I think West Ham might... I think West Ham might do it now.
There you go.
Okay.
Now you slightly
Come
made
on,
me
then.
think.
We're going to have to push you for an answer,
3.
Ted.
Oh, actually, do you know what? I'm gonna go for 3-2. West
You love a
Ham.
3-2
to West Ham.
Interesting.
And it will be the game of the century, and it will have one worldy goal. And Isak will come off in the 50th minute.
Lovely.
After
Okay,
scoring
well,
an own goal for West Ham.
maybe stick some money on exactly that as well, because you'd
I've
win.
a good history of that.
We are having loads of fun with Le Bon, though. Come and join our podcast group on Le Bon. Like I say, if we get up to 100 members on there, we've got quite a few already, there's going to be an extra little incentive. So come and join us on there. You can have a chat to us too. And play Le Bon with your mates, with your family, whoever you've got a group with that you want to spice up your Saturday afternoons just by playing against them. It's a fantastic way of doing it.
It's so great. And, the amount of people now that I know that have joined, or even from, different walks of life, whatever, that have been like, oh, I've got one with my family.
Oh, Ted, you met someone this week.
I met someone, the bloke that came to do our curtains. Our curtains were falling down in one of the many things that was sort of happening in my exciting life. And the bloke who came to do the curtains, who was a Wimbledon fan, was just chatting to me, and he said, "What do you do?" And I said, "I'm actually an award-winning comedian and writer with a show at Soho Theatre between the 4th and 6th of December." And he said, "Fantastic." And he said, "Fantastic.
Tickets still not selling then.
Do you have a discount code for listeners of the Knockabout podcast?" I said, "Do you know what? Yes, I do. So if you do want to come to the Soho Theatre show, there's a discount for Knockabout listeners, which is just Knockabout, which takes 20% off." Anyway, after I said all that, he came back in the room, and then I said, I host a podcast with for Le Bon, the betting app, and he goes, "Oh, I do that. My son got me onto it.
Great,
play it every week. I love it." And he said, "Do you enter the universe?" I said, "Yes." And then we chatted about that for a bit, and he said he's got very close a couple of times. I said, "I know, I fucking know the feeling."
The curtains never got put back up because Ted and the guy were just ranting.
God bless the guy. I hope you're listening, but no, there actually was an issue with the curtains. quite disappointing. But anyway,
we're meeting people out and about. Le Bon was bringing us together.
I'm sorry, I didn't tell you this. 2 people at the pub at the Sultan, great pub in Wimbledon, behind me were playing Le Bon.
Fantastic.
And I was with my dad, and my dad went there playing Le Bon.
So don't just take it from us, take it from everyone that we've met out. Well, everyone Ted's met out recently. I don't meet anyone. Right, that's it for this week's episode of the Knockabout podcast. Thank you very much for listening and watching. We'll be back next week. If you've enjoyed it, give us a 5-star review, subscribe, a little follow.
And let's see, it could be that we've had another managerial sacking next week, so tune in for that one. We're also going to be keeping tabs as well, should have said, of who wins the big bet each week out of us three as well. But
so no one got close this week?
No, we were all shite.
Right, we will see you next week.